Montana, a sprawling outdoorsman's Eden with ice-covered peaks and unspoiled wilderness. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of the last best place. This week on Wardens.
Never a dull moment on the 4th of July.
Who was on the jet ski? What were they doing? Yeah. They're worried because they're drunk.
Hey, did you guys see anybody on the island? Not with a shotgun pointing it at you?
Yeah, I located that crash. It's about a mile south of the junction.
Could you meet me at the fishing access site? You got a breathalyzer?
Fourth of July in Montana is a celebration of freedom, an opportunity to enjoy the warmth and the great outdoors. Region 1 Captain Lee Anderson and Sergeant John Oakes are assisting wardens by patrolling the northern shores of beautiful Flathead Lake.
We got a call from our dispatch that there was an overloaded boat or something, pontoon, causing some problems down in Juniper Bay. Just following up on that, we're on the water now, so we're going to try to take care of it. So if you get this message anytime real soon, give me a call. 2016. Thanks. Bye. No dice.
Hey, you want to do a life jacket check?
Yeah, we might as well. They got a lot of people. You need to make sure you guys got enough life jackets in there for everybody.
Of course.
Why don't you go ahead and pull them out? Let's see them.
You're standing. Get up. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's an interesting looking contraption. Haven't seen one of them since college. What do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many of you are there on there?
While Lee and John confirm life jacket numbers, nearly 4 hours away in Region 4, Quinn Kuka and Tegan Winters are investigating a jet ski crash that happened earlier in the day.
So she was on the jet ski alone?
She was on it with Kyle. Where did Kyle go?
Kyle went back on the boat when they picked him up.
Okay. We can get Kyle if we need to talk to Kyle.
Yeah, if he was actually on the jet ski, he's
Sure.
part of...
Can you talk to him on the... Probably not.
No, I would like to see him in person. Where did he go?
They did. Lexi's house is maybe
So
half
he went to
mile down the
and
river.
that's your house?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. We'll have to visit with him.
So could we... Is there any way...
I just want you guys to hang tight for just one sec because we're doing an investigation report on it because of the collision.
Yeah.
The water crash. So once we're done with everything, we'll let you guys. We'll help you get the jet skis and we'll figure it all out. Okay. How did it begin? Time frame? Who was on the jet ski? What were they doing? Yeah. They're worried because they're drunk.
Yeah.
We saw them like the whole day, so we have to reassure them.
You want to hold on to this? I just got to
Yep.
hold on.
And I'll get the...
Back on Flathead Lake in Region 1, Warden Captain Lee Anderson is performing a routine boat safety check. However, a thorough search of life jackets has failed to produce enough for the current number of boat occupants. Wardens take this violation seriously, since an average of 20 people drown each year in Montana.
Okay. How much have you had to drink?
I had 2 beers.
2 beers? Okay.
I've actually known this is going to happen all week, so
Okay. All
I've
right.
actually monitored myself quite concernedly.
Okay.
So,
Well, I tell you what we'll do. You don't have enough life jackets for everybody. I'll issue a ticket for you for not having enough life jackets, kind of like a seatbelt ticket. Do you have any ID with you by chance?
I do.
I'll check that.
Back in Region 4, wardens have joined forces with the local sheriff, attempting to piece together the facts of a jet ski crash reportedly involving alcohol.
Earlier in the day, we had reports from some fish and game wardens that said that these people had been drinking. They'd been watching them for a while. Part of what my function here was to determine a level of impair. She made a statement to me that said that she had some alcoholic beverages early in the morning. I didn't have any other indication that she was intoxicated while she was operating the watercraft. Her speech was good, her eyes were good, everything else was good, so I didn't really have much to go on as far as pulling her out and doing a full-on SFST check. In my opinion, she was sober enough to safely operate a motor vehicle.
Well, thanks for your guys' help.
Yeah, no
Appreciate it.
problem.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Be safe, guys.
With a report taken and no evidence of alcohol being a factor, the wardens closed the case on what could have been a very dangerous accident. Region 1, Flathead Lake. A ticket is being issued for a life jacket violation. Captain Anderson is also troubled by several warning signs emitted by the driver of the vessel.
All right, I'll explain this to you. All the information, today's date, and it's failing to have proper personal flotation devices on your vessel. It just goes into justice
Because
court.
I'm like right on the verge of getting, this would be, if this is filed, this would be like my 4th to 5th point.
Oh, okay, yeah, no points on your driver's license or
Insurance,
anything
so
for
I
that.
just want to know how insurance would work.
Nope, it doesn't count on your official driving record, so.
I was
Okay.
ignorant about
Hey, that's all right.
figuring this out.
We'll
so
get it figured out. You're good to go.
Thank you,
I'm a little
sir.
leery about you guys driving, but you're saying you've only had 2 drinks?
Yes.
And
Yeah, no.
has anybody else in here not had any at all, by chance?
My buddy, he's actually coming back.
Okay, we'll let you go.
Thank you, sir.
So we'll push off. Appreciate your cooperation, you guys.
You too.
And have a good 4th. All right?
After talking with the driver, Captain Anderson is convinced he's had more to drink than admitting. Lee makes a call to help determine how much the young man has truly been drinking.
Mark, Lee Anderson, Warden Captain, how you doing? Yeah, not much. Long time no talk, huh? Hey, are you anywhere near Summers? Could you meet me at the Fish and Access site? You got a breathalyzer? I think I might need you to maybe run one for me if a guy will submit to it. Would you do that?
Flathead Lake in northwestern Montana. Region 1 Captain Lee Anderson suspects a boat driver of having too much to drink. To assure everyone's safety, Lee called in a deputy sheriff to administer a breathalyzer test.
Okay, yeah, meet us right there. I'll be driving in our boat. I might grab this guy. Just sent him to shore. He said he only had a couple beers, but I'm a little nervous about him getting out and then driving off in a vehicle even too, so.
Keeping an eye on the boater, Lee waits for the deputy to arrive before confronting the suspect.
Yeah, I'm up at Upper Whitefish Lake. You guys looking for something in this area?
We had a report of a truck and trailer off the road. They just said Upper Whitefish. Yeah, you go past Wisconsin Avenue, past Big Mountain, before it takes you around the lake. There's a cutoff to Upper Whitefish. They were guessing about mile marker 9. Looks like the vehicle got too close to the edge and went over some.
Warden Ben Chapello is very familiar with the dangers of driving these narrow mountain trails. He responds to a call from dispatch concerning a vehicle that has run off the road, but pinpointing the location of the accident can be difficult.
The realities of the mountains, you can't talk to anybody.
As Ben searches for the wrecked vehicle, Region 1 Captain Lee Anderson is dealing with a possible boating under the influence on Flathead Lake.
What's your guys' game plan? You gonna kick some people out or get some more jackets?
Just left. 3 people just left.
Okay.
3.
So that means we have 1 extra?
Yes.
Tell you what,
We will have one down
I'm talking with my partner over there. I'm pretty concerned about how much you've had to drink to be driving anything. So why don't you hang tight for a second? Can I talk to you for a minute? Can you hold on to that? You said you live right here in Kalispell?
Yes, I
Is that what it was? Okay. Just hang tight for a minute. I'm going to talk to my cohort here. Hey, Mark.
Hey.
How you doing? Thanks for coming down.
You betcha.
Go ahead and come over here for a second. So, obviously, we're worried about you driving. You said you've had a couple drinks.
Yes,
But I can let you go back to driving your boat. If you'll take this breathalyzer test, we'll see what you blow. It's up to you. And pass it, you can go on your merry way.
Flathead Lake, near Kalispell, Montana. Region 1 Captain Lee Anderson suspects a boater is alcohol impaired.
Quite a few to drink.
Lee has called a deputy sheriff to help determine if the young man is above the legal alcohol limit.
For your car or anything, so that's something you can do. Do you have any other tests you can do, Mark?
Yeah, I can do
HGN or anything?
HGN on it.
Would you want to do that?
What is that concern?
The horizontal gaze nystagmus. It's another test to look at if you've had anything and you're impaired.
Sure, let's go with that, sir.
Okay.
Here's my soft ones.
Okay.
Hang tight.
Yeah, he's gonna not make it.
Yeah.
He's gonna be close, but he's not gonna make it.
Okay.
Further north in Region 1, Warden Ben Chapello has searched over an hour for a vehicle reported to have run off the road. The search is becoming futile.
Yeah, I'm not sure what those folks were talking about. I made it all the way from Upper Whitefish down to the junction here where you can either go to Whitefish or to Olney, and I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I went up probably, I don't know, 8 miles. I didn't see anything either. I was in the south, so. I don't know, I did see a Hillbiller's towing truck headed up here, so I'm gonna go check it out. You gonna go?
Yeah, I'll probably, I'll take towards Whitefish Lake, see if it's down here. It's gotta be down there. I don't know where else they'd be.
Warden Lee Anderson has a dilemma on his hands. A boater was administered a sobriety test, but the results were inconclusive. Warden Anderson isn't comfortable letting him back on the boat till he knows for sure.
And if I had my preference, I'd just have you blow, see what you get, and then we can be done. If you're fine, you're fine. If you're not, I'll issue you a citation and we're done. But you won't be able to take your boat out.
If you were in my shoes, what would you say?
I can't give you advice like that, man. If I was in your shoes, I wouldn't be out there driving a boat.
And that's why I was just floating. Fair enough for that.
You blow below the number on that?
And it's below 0.2.
0.0,
0.08. Oh.
0.08.
0.08. You know what? I guess I'll take a shot at this. And
okay.
Turn your mouth real quick. Lick your tongue. Okay. Start blowing. Don't quit until I tell you to. Harder, 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 harder. Keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing. Okay. Oh, he's way up. 125.
High in the majestic Whitefish mountain range, Ben Chapello has been searching over an hour for a reported accident. Just when he's about to give up, he locates the vehicle.
188 FG13. Yeah, I located that crash. It's about a mile south of the junction. If you're coming from Olney, turn back towards Whitefish. Okay?
Yeah, but the record, but yeah, they're okay. They pulled over to let somebody buy it.
Oof. We've been looking for like an hour for this thing.
What's that?
We've been looking for about an hour. Everybody had different.
Yeah, I've got another truck coming. It's gonna take a couple to get them out. I think it's a pretty good sized trailer here.
Well, I'll stay and help you do traffic or whatever. So
he's coming up. He just started up about 10 minutes ago, so hopefully be here in like 20 minutes or so. The road's a little rough coming in here, so you heard about on the scanner or something? Or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody okay?
Yeah, no big deal. Yeah, nobody got hurt. No. No, I just moved over for a guy to pass, and I moved over too far.
The arrival of the tow truck assures Ben that the situation is secure, allowing him to shift his focus to the next call.
Right next to that.
So you got your license, so any fish on the boat?
No.
Okay, none at all? Okay, show me the fish that you put in the boat. I need to see all of them.
In Region 1, Warden Captain Lee Anderson is finalizing the outcome of an intoxicated boater.
Yeah, okay, I agree. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut you a little bit of a break. I'm gonna cite you. I'm gonna cite you for reckless operation of the boat.
Since the boater tested barely over the limit and was very cooperative, Captain Anderson decides to issue a reckless boating ticket instead of the more severe BUI violation.
What happened? Somebody tip over? Never dull moment on the 4th of July. That isn't good.
Further north in Region 1, Warden Chris Crane and Justin Fettis have worked their way into a vantage point overlooking Trail Creek and the North Fork of the Flathead River. The Trail Creek drainage is closed to fishing year-round to protect the spawning waters of wild run trout. It doesn't take long for the wardens to spot a party fishing closed waters and apparently keeping their catch.
They're coming back, so let's go down. If you want to radio Ben real quick. You have any luck today?
A couple here and there.
Yeah?
I'm a rower though, so.
You are the rower? Somebody's got to be the powerhouse, right? So you got your license, so any fish on the boat?
No.
Okay, none at all? Okay, show me the fish that you put in the boat. I need to see all of them.
Put it over on shore.
Okay.
It swallowed the hook bad, so I was like,
So you put it on the shore?
Yeah, it's over in there.
Okay, you gonna go find it for me?
Yep.
Okay.
An hour south on Flathead Lake, Captain Anderson and Sergeant Obst are responding to a serious report of a man brandishing a shotgun and threatening boaters.
Hey, did you guys see anybody on the island? Okay. Not with a shotgun pointing it at you? Okay. You want to back up, John?
There's a call that some guy was out here with the shotgun on the island.
Well, anyway, so we talked to a few people. Nobody knew what we were talking about. And the sheriff, he's got a number for the guy, I think, who's actually the security guy on the island. So he's going to call him and find out what's going on. And then once he does that, and if everything checks out, I mean, it's kind of his deal, but we'll help him out if he needs it.
On the North Fork of the Flathead River, Chris Crane searches a boat to assure there are no other illegal fish. One of the anglers claims to have left his license at home, so Justin calls dispatch to collaborate his story.
Just let the birds have it. Bird. Okay. If it's really scratchy, see if you can get to the dispatch and see if we can find out. That's why you gotta have your license on you. Okay?
My driver's license with it. I drove my mom's T100 up to Big Creek for this.
So, and then we're gonna issue you a written warning for commission rules and regs for basically keeping the fish in a closed area.
Chris issues a ticket for fishing a closed tributary and illegally harvesting a fish. Justin was able to verify that the second angler did indeed have a license and only issued a warning.
Hang on to that during your trip. That'll show you got one for today and tomorrow. Yeah. All right. So.
I have my wallet in a plastic baggie. It's sitting right on the counter next to the coffee pot.
Well, I guess he's got to buy the gas and everything else you might need, huh?
A warden's job is not always predictable. Whether it's cruising mountain roads, the shores of Flathead Lake, or the remote backcountry, wardens must be prepared for any situation. To protect Montana's natural resources and those who enjoy it takes a dedicated workforce. It takes a Montana game warden. Springtime in Montana means one thing: antler hunting. Today, the Sun River Game Range in Region 4 opens to shed hunting. And when the gates fall, it's an all-out sprint for the bounty.
It's a lot like the Kentucky Derby. They open the gates and away the horses go. Horses running by people, people running through horses. It gets kind of wild.
Shed hunting is a popular activity in Montana. Wildlife management areas like the Sun River and Blackfoot game ranges are closed until May 15th. This assures most of the snow is melted in the high country, and the majority of the elk have left these wintering grounds. People flock to these areas in order to find elk antlers, a bounty that serves as a Montana souvenir or valuable as a cash sale.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, there's... All right, we're just sitting where we met you this morning. We'll make something go.
Region 4 investigator Brian Goley is assisting wardens today on the Sun River Game Range. So far, all has been quiet. That is until he runs into a group of horseback riders with a story to tell.
That's why you have a vet.
Show them your monster, Dallas.
I see that. You know what that looks like? That's the one we saw this morning. Did you get that right off the road?
Yeah.
Huh.
We found all of them but one.
That's funny, isn't it? Did you come across the bridge down there?
Yeah,
or you came
mountain lion with the head cut off.
Where?
I got a picture of it.
Really?
We didn't do it. We don't have any guns.
I'll decide that.
All I got is this little old knife.
Yeah. So down here where this road meets the creek, you guys just came up the creek?
Here's my dead mountain lion.
Yeah, show her in your pink phone.
There's that gate up there, we cut left.
My pink phone.
And then followed the road.
It's a mountain lion, all right.
And his head's cut off.
Holy cow. How far and how easy would it be for me to find it?
While Warden Goley gathers info on the dead mountain lion, Region 2 Warden Bill Copen prepares to open the gates at the Blackfoot Clearwater Game Range, where more antler enthusiasts have been camped all night to secure their place in line.
These guys must have had a hard night. How you doing? They went home. You guys up? You guys had a hard night, huh? Huh?
To fall asleep.
Hey, we're letting people in early.
I'm up. I'm ready.
These campers have secured their place in line and await the opening of the gate. However, a line jumper has parked their truck at the entrance of the game range, a clear violation of the code of ethics among shed hunters.
You guys didn't let the air out of his tire. Who did that?
I promise you, sir, I do not know. I just seen this just now.
But as we've sat here since about 6, we've seen quite a few different people come up and go, oh, check it out, flat tires.
Oh, more of
them. I told you guys not to mess with that. He's gonna be mad. Did you do it?
No, I did not. I can promise you that. I have no reason to do it. I'm in front.
Did your buddy do it?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of, huh?
I really do not think they did. We were all sitting out here.
You need to tell me the truth.
It's opening day for shed hunting in Montana. Region 2 Warden Bill Copen is just outside the Blackfoot Clearwater Game Range. Handling an apparent case of vandalism is taking first priority.
We were all sitting out here.
You need to tell me the truth.
I'm telling you the truth, sir. I do not know. I didn't hear it last night. We were all out here pretty late until, I think, about 1:30. But we were all still right here conjugated, sitting right there.
No. Remember how I said yesterday they were such nice tires?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Still suspecting that he let the air out of the tires, Bill keeps pressing the camper to get the truth.
You know who did that?
I really don't, sir. We were out here. We were having a good time last night. Dixie! We were having a good time, drinking beer and everything. We had a couple guys come up, and then it started getting to, like, be a fiasco and everything. And then they ended up leaving, so we sat out here a little bit longer and then just went to bed. I promise you that. You have my word on that.
I didn't think you guys would do that.
No, we talked about it. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We were just talking. We were frustrated, pissed off about him. He just parking his truck and leaving. I did not know his tires were gonna be flat this morning.
To avoid a delay in opening the gate, Bill opts for a quick solution to the problem.
Kyle got here a little bit late.
Someone can get some air down to fill up the guy's tires.
I got a pump in my truck.
Just be nice to know who's responsible.
You do have a pump?
It's a little cigarette lighter. It takes quite a while, but it airs up.
Well, why don't you work at pumping them up? I don't think they're slashed. And that'll solve a lot of problems. I'm gonna...
the valve stems on.
Well, it sounds like a few people came over and helped. Everyone had a little bit of a part in maybe flattening the tires. They're all upset because there's nobody in the rig. Yeah. And they were mad yesterday, but these are the guys that were talking about the slashing.
It was a joke. It
was a joke.
One thing to say, and I know after it happens, it's... Yeah, it was joking. We thought tow truck had pulled up yesterday. We got excited because...
It's not... Oh, I don't think they're slashed. I think they just let the air So, but this is what happens.
Back in Region 4 on the Sun River Game Range, Warden Brian Goley is following a lead on what appears to be an illegally killed mountain lion. Brian will need to locate the carcass to determine how the cat was killed and if any foul play is involved.
She said it was just 100 yards up the creek. Then we'll just drop down. Pretty hard when I see a picture. Horse came this way too, so it's got to be right here somewhere. Right here. That'd be right here. Yeah, that cat died of starvation. I mean, look at the bones. You know what I mean? You know, it just doesn't look right, though. It's just not a place for it to die.
The cat was extremely malnourished, which may have led to his death. Goley continues to look for evidence of foul play. It doesn't take long till he comes across something that just doesn't seem right.
You know, probably what happened is somebody treated it, saw that it was emaciated, and just killed it. And cut the head off. But it also looks to me like somebody was here recently.
Opening day of shed hunting is met with success on both the Sun River and the Blackfoot Clearwater game ranges. Warden Brian Goley has left oversight to his fellow wardens and is following up on a report of a dead mountain lion, which upon closer investigation may have been killed illegally.
See? See that? See those? You can tell that's a scratch. See that? See where the claw cut in? I'm just saying, I know I'm not 100%, but this kind of stuff, that's definitely a scratch. See that? But they don't go any further. So this could just be the dogs, do you know what I mean? There. You can see right here, see this? Somebody cut the head off.
Brian returns to his truck with the evidence. This is one case that'll have to wait until after the weekend chaos subsides. Back in Region 2, on the Blackfoot Clearwater Game Range, Warden Bill Copen receives a call concerning a possible sighting of a grizzly.
Coming out the west entrance, I'm just leaving the meadows up here. Where is it from? Right where you and Dan parked yesterday?
Yeah, it should be right in that area. They said they weren't. I'm going to call the RP and get some more information, but it sounds like they just came in from the west gate and go up very far, and then the bear was headed back.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I see it. It's a good-sized bear. No, that's not a bear. It's a horse. It's a horsey. We're good there. I'll talk to some people, and oh, it was just a horse. Good job. Did you see any grizzlies? No. Somebody just reported a bear possibly in this area, grizzly bear.
The Blackfoot Clearwater Wildlife Management Area encompasses over 43,000 acres, a vast area when trying to locate a bear. The wardens remain on high alert to avoid a potentially dangerous encounter between a shed hunter and the reported grizzly.
Pretty well educated in the outdoors, and it was a big black bear, jet black. So it sounds like a totally separate incident, but it happened up here on the Upper Boyd Road.
Okay, 10-4. I'm gonna head up that Salmon Lake Road. Everything's good down at this end, no bear stories.
150 miles east, the gateway to the Bob Marshall Wilderness. The opener on the Sun River Game Range has been eventful. Region 4 Warden Brett Logan is checking motorcycles and ATVs for proper Montana registration.
Are these your guys' bikes? Yeah. Have you got your stickers with them?
Not on them, no.
Not on them?
I just took them out of the garage yesterday. They hardly ever leave the garage.
Okay, but you don't have them registered?
I think my dad's got stickers for them, but yeah, they're not on them.
They're not on them?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'll do is you are gonna get a ticket.
How much is that?
85 bucks. But if you can prove that this was registered before that, the court might cut you some break.
Right.
So, I'll start cutting that out. We'll get things taken care of real quick, okay? Thanks, guys.
Brett is issuing a ticket for non-registration of an off-road vehicle. While he writes up the violation, he receives a missing persons call over the radio, a potentially dangerous situation that requires all wardens to respond.
I have no idea. I just don't know how.
You're worried, or you just think that they're just taking their time, or?
I don't. 3 o'clock.
So what time did you last see him?
We were supposed to be back up at 3 o'clock.
Where at?
Back there.
You want to go back there and wait?
Well, everybody was told, worst case scenario, hitchhike here, somebody will get you.
So.
Because we had 3 rigs up here.
Yeah. So are you just missing one, or everybody?
Just one.
Okay. So everybody else is gone?
You've been back before.
And what kind of guy? Age?
About 43. I have no idea how good he is in the woods.
Right.
He had a backpack with him.
He's probably fine. He's just hunting like a fool. You never know. You don't think so?
He said 3 o'clock.
Did he text you? Or...
No, he has no phone.
Region 4, on the eastern front of the Rocky Mountains. Wardens are responding to a report of a white male in his mid-40s who has lost contact with his party. Sundown will see temperatures hover near freezing, a dangerous situation if they fail to locate him by sunset.
So we're looking for a lost guy. Are any of you guys lost?
Nope, who's lost? Trying to find Anaconda. Where's that at?
Close. Actually, we're looking for a guy in a fluorescent orange shirt.
You know, I seen the guy in the
He
fluorescent
was-
shirt. He was over here, though.
Yeah.
He was on that right where your guys' cabin is, or whatever. Not the cabin, but the corrals.
How long?
With the sun setting behind the mountains, the situation is turning serious. It's important they find the lost man before darkness overtakes the landscape.
Supposed to be back at 3. And
we're about to go out walking if we see or see him or anything.
Yeah, just anything. Check it out for us. We never know. You know, he could have twisted an ankle.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
There was a feller hollering up on top here a few minutes ago. I don't know, it sounded like he was hollering at a dog or something, but...
Which way you guys going?
We're going to go right up here.
Yeah. Would you look? Yeah, around a little bit?
Yeah.
His name is Jim. About 40 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's got fluorescent orange shirt with a backpack.
All right.
Appreciate it, you guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
Back in Region 2, Bill's luck in finding the bear is slowly fading. With all of the human activity, the bear appears to have left the game range. This allows Bill to respond to a reported camping fee violation in a nearby campground.
Are they in a site, or they're just not even in a site? Oh. Yeah, but they didn't pay for sure, huh? Nothing in the Iron Ranger. Okay, I'll stop by. Number 1? Okay, I'm heading that direction. I'll check it.
Failure to pay for a campsite can result in a fine of up to $185. As wardens come to know, there are many different excuses in order to avoid the ticket.
You have a lot of reasons for not paying the fees, I understand, but none of them are that good, to be honest with you. Come on. Come on, come on. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, when you occupy a site, you got to pay for it. I mean, this place will be full. Come down the road and, you know, if somebody occupies it and then another guy comes through, sees there's nothing on there, they'll say, well, he didn't pay. I should be able to get that site. It just creates a lot of problems. And, yeah, you might have been running late for horn hunting, and I can't help that. And you might not have had the right change. I can't help that. But as far as, you know, just getting the fees paid and that, you gotta, you know.
Back in Region 4, wardens are racing the sun in an attempt to find a missing antler hunter. A comprehensive search by the entire team of wardens eventually produces the desired results.
You got him?
Got him.
Where is he?
I don't know. I'm trying to find Brian wherever he's at. He's got to be around here somewhere. He's on our road.
The wardens collect back at the staging area, returning the man to his party. Fortunately, he was found before dark. The only thing hurt is his male ego.
Yeah, found him. Luckily, he didn't have to stay out tonight. It kind of looking like we might get some weather.
He was up in the brush the whole time.
Yeah. He said he was a little confused.
There's places where I could stop and look, but I just saw nothing.
He actually went across this road, down, hit the next road, came this way, went back. He was all over in there for hours. He had no idea what he was doing.
Yeah, he was supposed to be out 5 hours ago. Goodness.
I think he's confused, but he's just embarrassed.
Yeah. And that's a wrap.
I'm done.
Yeah.
This week, wardens had their hands full with missing people, a dead mountain lion, and a few violations along the way.
This is site number 1.
But that's the job of a warden, wearing many hats. Keeping recreationists safe while protecting the treasured wild resources of Montana's Big Sky Country.
Good. Okay. That don't sound right. Magic key. This unlocks.
No matter where you live, summer equals water. And in Montana, the party is on Flathead Lake. Flathead Lake in northwestern Montana is the largest natural freshwater lake west of the Mississippi. This state treasure attracts water enthusiasts from all across the state. Patrolling the southern end of the lake this weekend are Wardens Tom Shinelli and Ron Howell. Since Flathead has nearly 200 square miles of surface area, Sergeant John Oakes will be assisting and launching from Somers, keeping an eye on the northern shores of the lake.
Flathead Lake seems to be very busy this weekend, of course, with the 4th of July, and had a boat accident out here last night, and lots of boats, hundreds of boats on the water. We're out doing water safety compliance checks.
Sure, people got life jackets. It's the main thing, and make sure they have an observer when they're pulling water skiers or wakeboarders or tubers.
Days like today when we got so many people out here, a lot of what we're going to do is a little bit of crowd control, a little bit of safety checks, and really make sure guys can have fun, but they're going to do it safe. And that includes safe for them and safe for all the other boaters out here. So we're not really going to check every boat out here. It'd be impossible, but we're going to make contacts. We're going to make sure people are out there getting towed. Everyone's got life jackets on. If we find any kids under 12, they have to have life jackets on at all times in the boat. You might come up and check these guys. Make sure they got life jackets for enough people on the boat that they have, because there's got 5 in the water right now, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 others. So we're gonna do a life jacket check real quick since we're here. They know we're here, so we're just gonna enjoy it. Before you get going, why don't you just show me you got enough life jackets for everybody? Perfect. If you do it right, you can be on the Warden Show.
Nice. We got everyone right here and a whole bunch up here. Is this the Warden Show?
It is actually the Warden Show.
All right, hey.
So cool, I see everybody's got one. You got one?
Yeah, we'll grab one. Find me a life vest. Right there.
Everybody's got one. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got one?
Yeah.
You should. Right there. And I know they got them all on there wearing it. Perfect. Yeah. All right.
Yes,
whatever is that, go have fun.
Okay.
All righty. Thank you guys.
Have a good day.
Hey, you too.
Air high five. See you later, Ocean.
That's number 2.
Walk around over there.
Yeah, there's some bays in there that we'll check and then go around through the island.
You want me to slow down? You want to take a gander?
Yeah, I can take a gander. No, they're good. What we'll do is go around the corner and just keep skirting the shore, and the big island will be that way. No, they got one, Tom. Ready? I'll light them up. Hey, sir. Need to visit with you a sec. Can you come out to our boat here?
Yeah, let me get the rope off so I can get over there.
You bet. Yeah, if you can just hang on, that'd be great. Yep. Try not to bump boats here.
No bet.
Hey, I'm Ron Howell. I'm a game warden of Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. You know why I stopped you today?
Northwest Montana. Summer is in full swing, and the main attraction is Flathead Lake. Wardens Ron Howell and Tom Shinelli are patrolling the south end of the lake, where they've pulled over a jet skier for a water safety violation.
Hey, I'm Ron Howell. I'm a game warden of Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. You know why I stopped you today?
Yep.
You do?
Yep.
What for?
Well, we weren't. I just went down to grab the boys to bring them back, but yeah, I don't have a spotter.
Yeah, we just don't cut any kind of slack on that one. It's busy, especially as busy as it is this weekend. So
yeah.
I'm gonna issue you a citation today for towing without an observer. It'll be $85 fine, and I'll get some information from you, okay? Is your jet ski brand new?
I'm a dealer.
Oh, you're a dealer?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Anytime someone is being towed, Montana law requires an observer. The observer's job is to inform the driver of any issues with those being towed. This is a critical safety law that is strictly enforced by the wardens.
Okay, Ken, I'll just explain this to you real fast. So the Montana code you violate is 232529, which is operate a vessel for towing without an observer, okay? Bond on it's $85. You can contact the court on Wednesdays, 9 to 11. Okay. The judge is Joey Jane in Lake County here in Polson. I gave you till the 17th of July, okay?
Awesome.
Appreciate you being a gentleman, Ken. Thank you very much.
It is what it is. Why would you be anything but?
Yeah, we're just trying to keep everybody safe, so thank you very much. Take care.
Have fun this weekend. We try.
200 miles southeast, near the town of Wolf Creek, Warden Brian Goley is patrolling the western bank of the Missouri River. This blue ribbon trout stream flows out of Holter Lake and is a world-class trout fishing destination.
Nobody's running. They're happy. It's a nice night to be out camping, isn't it? Man, like... Trying to figure out where this guy is, unless it's these guys right here. Yep, fly fishing. Okay, right here. Ugh. Da, da, da. Hello. How are you guys?
Oh, the ranger.
No, I'm the game warden. Similar, but different. How's it going today? All right, checking licenses real quick, and then I'm moving on. I see that guy had one on.
Yeah, this guy over here's filling him.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys from Great Falls, or?
You're on.
Soon to be moving out of state.
Really?
Very excited.
Had enough?
Well, no.
This is I don't know, it'd be hard for me to leave Montana.
I'll be back one day.
Well, you're a warden, man. You get to go out everywhere.
Every day, yeah. How many poles are you using today?
I got this one. I was throwing spinners, but then I switched to this one.
Okay, and you're not fishing?
No.
She's just hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay, would you reel this one in or no? You can only have one pole on the river? So you got worms on both of them?
I was just about to switch that one to worms, and I was fishing spinners there earlier.
What's your name, man?
Kathleen.
Have you ever had a ticket before for anything?
Oh, geez. A while ago.
So, were you using a pole today?
I was not.
You haven't fished at all?
No.
You're sure?
Positive.
So if I'm sitting down here watching, would you have had a pole in your hand?
The Missouri River meanders through central Montana, a blue ribbon trout stream bringing life to fishermen and farmer alike. Warden Brian Goley is patrolling below Holter Dam and is questioning a couple that has 2 poles, but claims only one is fishing.
So, were you using a pole today?
I was not.
You haven't fished at all?
No.
You're sure?
Positive.
So if I'm sitting down here watching, would you have had a pole in your hand? Would you have had a
Yes.
pole? Okay. So now you're telling the truth?
Yes.
All right. How old are you?
I am 21.
Okay. Have you ever had a ticket before?
Yes.
For what?
Oh, gosh, a while ago it was for a possession ticket.
Like alcohol or something?
No,
All
like
right.
a marijuana pipe.
All right. So you don't have any warrants?
No.
Okay. You have any guns or knives besides that knife?
Got nothing.
All right. Well, how come you didn't stop and get a license?
Honestly, I didn't even think about it before I left town.
Okay.
I don't ever go fishing, and like I said, I'm moving out of state, so I just kind of wanted to.
So your husband or boyfriend?
No, just good.
Oh, well, you got to take care of her and buy her a license. You know that, don't you? Make sure she's following the rules.
I'm sorry.
Do you have any drugs with you today? You don't have any marijuana? So if I went through all this, I wouldn't find any? What, you got anything in your pockets? Okay. How about your backpack?
No, not a thing.
All right. When I go run your name, do you have a driver's license? Can I see it?
Of course.
Are you gonna have any warrants?
No.
Are you gonna? Okay. I have to ask that to everybody, okay?
Oh, of course, it's your job.
I know.
You don't mind too?
Yeah, please. And you're Sean?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in trouble before? You're not on probation, nothing like that? Okay. Okay, my man. Well, I see that you bought your license. You got
I'm an avid, I hunt and fish. And...
Cool. You got a sportsman without a bear?
Yeah, bears in my cabin, but I've never been.
What are you a student of?
I don't know why it says that anymore. I work at Sam's Club.
Gotcha.
I just noticed that the other day.
All right. You know, fishing without a license, $135 fine.
Holy.
Can you afford to pay that?
I had no idea. No.
To be honest with you,
Yeah, I just.
I know you guys are being honest now, right?
I spent $1,000 on an attorney for a parenting plan, so I am dead broke.
How old's your kid?
He's gonna be 4 in November.
All right. Okay, is he going out of state with you? All right. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna go up here and decide what's gonna happen to you, okay?
I am very sorry.
Well, the part that bothered me a little bit is you lied at first.
Yeah. You know, I wasn't, I didn't really realize that's illegal. So I kind of.
Well, here's the deal.
I don't necessarily,
If you didn't realize it was illegal, why did you lie?
Because I,
Scared?
Yeah, definitely. 'Cause,
All right.
like I said.
But I don't look scary, do I?
No.
Okay.
Well, it's as as a mom.
Probably
I'm
have.
supposed to be responsible and.
How old did you say you were again?
21.
Okay. All right, let me go up here and have a think about it, okay?
Okay.
200 miles northwest on Flathead Lake. Sergeant John Obst watches as 2 jet skis violate a no-wake zone in Fennon Slough. It's not long before they return to face the warden and the consequences.
Hello. You know about the no wake, right?
Yeah, we're just going out of the no-wake zone.
Trying to get out. Uh-oh, that's what's gonna happen. Come on up. Flip it over back. You know how to do it, right?
Really?
No. Are you serious, dude? Really? Did it break? Or what happened?
The key is lost now.
Flip it over. It's on there. They float.
Yeah.
No, that part don't.
It's not. Yeah. How's it going?
Oh, this should.
Oh, there's still some on there.
All right, you guys were doing really good till you got back in the corner.
Okay.
And whoever opened it up to go play a little bit.
All right.
I know it's really hard to keep these things on when you're not going fast
Yeah, when
enough.
you're going slow.
Do you know the people back there or something?
Yeah, our family's down there, so we were just like dropping people off and taking them for rides out here.
And then how much you had to drink?
None.
You smell like you've been drinking?
No, there's a beer in there that broke. That's why.
How old are you?
21.
Ooh.
2292.
2292. Oh, he knows it by heart. All right.
It just rhymes.
Especially when it just happens.
Oh, thanks.
All right, start up. Be really good coming in here because everybody's swimming. And you guys did good. I'll give you credit for that. But then I saw some guys with rooster tail on the back in the corner.
Okay.
So be
All right,
careful
well,
with it. All right, get going and I'll help
Thank
you out.
you.
All right,
thanks.
start her up.
All right.
Got it?
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Yep, get going. Keep going. If it'll keep going. Keep going.
Flathead Lake, northwest Montana. With the summer heat comes increased boat traffic and the danger of accidents. Wardens Tom Shinelli and Ron Howell are approaching a jet ski that is driving recklessly close to a boat.
How's it going? Do you know why we stopped you?
I sprayed him.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it's a little more than sorry. It's pretty serious. It's reckless operation, actually. So, I mean, if something were to happen and you slammed into him, it'd be a pretty serious matter, all right?
Okay.
What's your name? What's your last name? Okay. If you could safely operate the machine, we'd be pretty happy with that, okay? One other thing, you don't have to get off, but the other thing is your decals expired on your machine. That one expired in 2011.
Okay.
Okay? So if you let your parents know, you can go to Fish Wildlife Park's website and put in your MT number on your machine.
Where is it?
It's this green one.
Oh, okay.
And it's a boat validation decal. That one expired, see, it says expired in 2011.
And where do we go for that?
So you go to Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. You can stop in Fish, Wildlife, and Parks office, either in Missoula or Kalispell, and they'll give you one. Or you can go online to Fish, Wildlife, and Parks under boating and put in your MT number. They'll mail you one.
Okay.
But no more spraying.
Okay.
You gotta stay out away from those guys, okay?
Okay.
Sound good?
What?
While we're here, guys, you make sure you got enough life jackets for everybody on boards.
We got like 10.
10?
Yeah, we got a lot.
Why don't everybody just hold up their own?
Actually, pull yours out.
I need to see a fire extinguisher and a throwable device as well.
That one's for you.
Okay.
Where's the fire?
The fire extinguisher might be under the steering wheel, to the side of the wall or something. Otherwise, it might be hidden in one of the compartments. Perfect. All right.
Hey, turn the blown off.
Well, sounds good. We'll let you get out of here.
Okay.
Thank you guys very much. Be safe.
Lexi, you want to get on now?
Hey, let me.
Hell no.
Region 4 Warden Brian Goley has a decision on his hands. A young angler has admitted fishing without a license, but he never actually witnessed her in the act. Fishing without a license in Montana can result in a substantial fine.
Okay, come over here. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write you a courtesy citation, and I'm gonna tell you why. I didn't actually see you fishing. If I would have wrote you a ticket.
Right.
But I tested you there and you told the truth, which is really good. Then I realized you are leaving and you probably can't afford a ticket right now. Okay?
Yeah, I really appreciate it, and I do apologize.
Okay, August. Yeah, this is just a warning to say, hey, I've done my job, and it's to let you know that the next time it won't be yellow, it will be a pink ticket, and you'll have to go to court, okay? All right, well, good luck moving and doing your stuff, and good luck with your kids.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and if you keep fishing, you go buy a license.
Okay. Do you want me to take one of the poles up?
Yep. See you later.
Clean.
Okay, we're gonna go up and look at a trespassing deal. I was clear on the other end of my district last night, which is about a good 45 miles away. A landowner caught some guys trespassing. Got their information, so we're gonna go patrol our way up there and then talk to the landowner and talk to the guy that, talk to the hunters, obviously, and check it out. There's still a little bit of snow on the ground, so it might tell us what really happened. They killed a deer, but the landowner wasn't sure what it was, buck or doe or whatever, so we will find out.
Nearly 300 miles away in Region 4, investigator Brian Goley is patrolling an area where state land merges with private ownership. There are numerous examples in Montana where this occurs, with no boundary markers or fence lines. The wardens are efficient at protecting private property rights, while ensuring trespass incidents are minimized.
12 County.
Brian quickly spots mule deer hunters that are testing the border between private and state land. He approaches their vehicle parked on the wrong side of the road.
730 dispatch.
Is there anybody even in this truck?
Hunter is gonna shoot something right there.
Where?
Right there.
Get on him. Why are you parked in the middle of the road?
I'll get on the side, sir.
Yeah, it's against the law to do that. Who's this guy right here?
He's Mark.
Is he hunting?
He is.
All right, you guys get off the road when it's icy. We get a lot of complaints down here on the state land.
We'll do.
Oh yeah, he's about to smoke one.
10-4, go first.
I got here too early. That, where he was standing is state land. Where he was shooting is not.
The hunter shot at a deer, but it fled towards private. Unsure of the boundary, the hunter returns to his vehicle, where Brian waits to get a better read on the situation.
Going across the street when there's a car coming. You guys are, geez, look at this. What are you doing running across the street when there's ice? Are you crazy?
I'll make it.
Yeah, but they may not. They're gonna hit the skids and wipe out.
This is safe, correct, sir?
Yes, part of it is. Where you're aiming isn't.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I wouldn't lie to you. I have no reason to. Did you kill one?
I hit one.
All
Sir,
right.
I gotta go up and get him.
All right. Well, you're pretty close. I can tell you that.
I know I am, sir.
Do you have your actual GPS unit or anything?
We looked at it.
Okay.
And we looked and said.
Yeah, it's
we,
right.
We all agree.
It goes right. I'll have to look
That's
at it
him
myself.
Right there on this guy. You can see him.
The one moving?
No. Yeah. He might be bedded down. He was right on the top.
Back in Region 5, just outside the town of Columbus, Montana, Warden Lupke is checking in with a landowner who reported an alleged trespassing and illegal game harvest.
It's probably 200 yards from the cattle guard this way.
Oh,
and there's blood. I went down there and I was like, I couldn't really see where they trucked. I don't know if they carried it or what, but there's blood where they loaded it.
Okay.
But
Did they even gutted it?
it doesn't look like it to me, no.
Okay, so where were they when you found them?
I was down there just kind of hanging out because there's been a lot of crap. I've been seeing tracks. They've been dropping guys off and then they're walking across Paint Road and they're picking them up. So I was like
a million people down there.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll just sit here for a while. Yesterday I wasn't really doing much.
Yeah.
So I sat there and I heard a shot and I was like, well, somebody's gonna show up eventually. And sure enough, here they come. Red pickup pulls up, kid gets out. Another pickup's coming up behind him. So at this point, I'm like, they're out, they're walking, he's out on Painted Road. So I turned around, I went back down there, and I was pretty mad.
Yeah.
I talked to them, told them to get the hell out of here, this, that, and that. When he pulls up, he's talking on a radio, the driver, and I'm like, what's going on here? Told him basically to beat it. And the second pickup with the Washington plates puts it in reverse and backs all the way, like, I don't know, a quarter mile to where I'm at.
Yeah.
And he hops out and he's doing the old, well, they shot a buck up here and it fell off the cliff. And I said, yeah, if I had $1 for every time I heard that forever,
Yeah.
3 or 4 times this year I've had that, and whatever.
Well, let's go down there if you got time.
Yeah, you got a minute?
Yeah. Well, so at some point they came way on to you, even way before they dragging that deer out, so. Yeah, that cliff story is a load. Never mind. We got a trespassing issue from yesterday, and we're following the landowner out. He's gonna show us where this deer was dragged out, and the guys are claiming they got it on a neighboring property where they have permission. It fell off a cliff, which is not a very good story, so we'll go out there and see. There's still hopefully enough snow that we can get a little bit of indication what actually happened.
These high cliff features are called rim rocks. They typically create a steep drop-off, a feature that will deter deer from jumping in most cases.
There's more snow.
Yeah, I can see some drag there.
Yeah, just follow it back.
Yeah. But that's all I know, I was talking to these guys, and the kid, when I saw him, he was jumped out, he was headed up here.
I guess that's
been busy. That's the drag, isn't it?
Yes. They definitely didn't gut it. Yeah, right there. This was last night, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, it got kind of warm and this snow kind of settling on us here.
I got blood.
You still got blood? Okay, there we go. There should theoretically be more blood. We have a footprint right here. You can kind of see it, actually, in the graph.
Well,
that is not a feasible story that it fell off that cliff.
No, there's no way, Paul.
Where's the line at up there?
Up on top.
Okay. So, I mean, any of the clip that we see is still on you, right? Yes. There's no way they shot it and fell off the damn cliff.
Well, that's why I was pretty skeptical.
Yeah. I mean, I thought maybe it was gonna be like a smaller cliff. Yep.
Back in Region 4, Warden Goalie is attempting to sort out a possible trespass violation and help a hunter retrieve an injured muley.
I know. Down. He was right on the top.
Okay.
And I thought I had some extra ammo in my pocket.
How many times you shoot?
Twice.
All right. So you gonna be able to go get him, or?
Oh, I'm gonna get some more ammo.
Okay. You guys stay off the road. Okay. Go up and get him, and we'll sit here and watch, and we'll make sure everything's okay.
Okay.
But you're real close there. I'd have to walk up and look here.
Well, the deer up on top. He's not that far.
Okay.
He's on this first knob that comes down.
Right. Okay. I'll be waiting. Get your stuff and go get him.
With property lines unmarked, Brian gives the hunter the benefit of the doubt while still protecting the private landowner's rights.
He's close. So he's going to be awful close. See, we're sitting there. It's 327 yards.
Modern GPS units can be equipped with maps that pinpoint property lines, a valuable tool if they are used properly in the field.
Woo-wee! It is chilly, baby, chilly. Welcome to the winter.
Wardens see their job as serving the public, not just enforcing the laws. Brian takes the time to join the search party in order to help locate the deer. However, during routine conversation, a secret is revealed. This hunter has a past of pushing the limits.
No other tickets? Are you revoked in Wyoming?
I'm Montana resident, which I've been.
But I asked you if you're revoked for hunting in Wyoming.
Oh, for 4 years.
You are?
Region 4, near Augusta, Montana. Warden Brian Goalie is helping a hunter locate a mule deer he shot. He is also looking for evidence to determine if it was shot on private property or state land.
Had to be right in here when you shot. You know what I mean? I just wanted to see actually where he got hit. See how much blood blew off. So you're quite a ways off the state land there.
Not that close, sir.
If you didn't know, you should shot. And there's other people hunting in here, so you don't want to ruin their hunt, right?
No.
Then you have a GPS, right?
Correct.
So you know how to read it?
I do.
Okay.
Unable to find any sign of blood, the group returns to the truck. Goalie takes the opportunity to learn more about the hunter and his past violations.
For what?
In 2005, big Wyoming, I shot a deer out there.
Okay. Anything since then?
Justin, I got a no warrant.
Okay.
Because I was
What else?
like this.
No other tickets? Are you revoked in Wyoming?
I'm Montana resident, which I've been a girl.
But I asked you if you're revoked for hunting in Wyoming.
Oh, for 4 years.
You are? So you got it back?
Yes.
Okay.
2010.
That's a fair question on my point. Shouldn't have confused you. I just wanted to know if you got revoked for the 2005 violation.
Yes.
Okay, because if you're revoked there, you're revoked here.
I know.
Any other violations in Montana besides the Hunter Orange? Because I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look.
He might have written, I think he did get me on shooting over the hood.
Okay, and that's it, or any other things? You've never been contacted by a warden since then? Sure?
Yes.
How about you guys? Nothing?
No, sir.
All right.
With the background story revealed, Brian makes a plan to help locate the wounded buck. With permission from the landowner, he will search the private land in hopes of kicking it up.
Up there? I'll meet you up there in a little while, guys. It's just gonna take me a little time. And if I get it, I get it. If I don't, we'll have to come, we'll just see what happens. Watch that coulee, though, and if you see it, I'll be back around. Okay. Do not shoot it on that property till I'm with you, okay? Oh, there's more to the story than just that.
Warden Paul Lupke is piecing together an investigation in Region 5. A hunter claimed his deer jumped from the rim rocks onto private land after it was shot. The landowner is not buying the hunter's story and called in Paul to investigate.
No more blood though at all, huh? Boot track. See another one over there? Yeah. Okay. Well, that doesn't mean he didn't come down. You know, he could have shot it from up there, hit it down here, then hiked down to it. There's no way it fell off a damn.
The mule deer go up in these little box canyons, and they bed down in the afternoon, and then they come out here to graze.
Run out of snow. I see a boot track right there, though. Right there. Well, so at some point they came way onto you, even way before they just dragging that deer out. So, yeah, that cliff story is a load. And this is all still you, clear up in those trees. There's your guts. Okay, this is when we really need some. Yeah, and they go and they leave their gloves.
Yeah,
Jeez. Let's see if we can.
With the evidence leading the way, it doesn't take long for the truth to come out. Next on Wardens. Region 5 Warden Paul Lupke has followed a faint trail to the kill site. The deer was field dressed on private property, but a blood trail leading to the remains may tell a different story.
Really? Oh yeah, here's the blood right here too. When he run out of here.
It tells a pretty good story
right there.
It's like a blood splatter, spatter.
Well, maybe when he stood up. No, I don't know.
Yeah, there's blood right there.
So
blood
for once, maybe this could be.
I don't know. It doesn't matter what you want it to be. It's just whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is. I mean, if that's the case, then that's all good, and they didn't lie.
This tree, so he came for this tree right there.
That'd be great. Will there be blood on there? Yeah, there's blood on the rock.
Yeah, there's blood on this. Yeah, there's hair and stuff down here. You know, he was hit and tumbling.
Well, they're not gonna fake. I mean, that's for real.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He'd come off right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I guess we got to have a little faith in humanity after all, don't we? Follow the evidence and act accordingly.
Well,
it was nice of you to give him permission to go get it.
I'm not gonna leave it. You know, if that happens, I hunt too. I know exactly how it can be.
They're tough.
I've never seen a mule deer jump off a cliff, but hey, first time for everything.
All right, I'm satisfied if you're satisfied.
I'm fine. That's fine. Those guys weren't full of it.
Region 4 Warden Brian Goley is helping find a deer that hunters claim was shot on public land, but escaped onto private property. In the process, he found evidence to support the buck may have been on private when shot.
He told me he was on state land when he shot it, and the deer was on state land when he saw it, but I can't see the tracks where it was on state land. It was close, but he pushed it up the coulee a little bit. I actually found where he shot. He told me he shot twice, and I actually found on the ground where the bullet hit. And every time, he was about 100 yards off the state land the first time, and the second time he shot, he's probably 300 yards off. Just his mannerisms and stuff, too. He seems like kind of He doesn't, you know, like he kind of can do what he thinks he can do what he wants. And that kind of attitude I worry about a little bit because it's probably going to continue to get him in trouble because it looks to me like he does stuff right on the edge all the time.
A quick call to the landowner secures permission to access the property and look for the deer.
I'll go up here and try to find it. So I'm just letting you know I'm in here. And I'll see what I can do. I got some issues with the guy besides just this, so I'll address it here in a little while. All right. Talk to you later. Getting in this rut. Lost my road.
A thorough search for the mule deer comes up empty. Brian returns to the main road to meet up with the hunting party and discuss the situation.
Okay, jump in for a sec. All right, so I can't find this deer anywhere. I mean, I have looked in every coulee. I'll be right back with you. You just wait here. Okay, guys, do you have your GPS unit?
I do.
Okay. So when you guys were pulled over down there and he said that there was a deer there, did you look at that?
We did.
Okay, and did you guys agree that the deer was on state land?
It was on state land.
When you first saw it?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, okay. All right, you guys. Thank you very much. Okay, man, for now, you are free to leave, all right? And when you come back to this place, please make sure that you are actually on the state land when you shoot and do all that, okay?
Yeah, I never met. Well, and if, you know, if he would have jumped the fence, if there would have been a fence separating it, I've never hardly seen that, where there's just...
It's everywhere. So there's a lot of state land that doesn't have fences. There's a lot of BLM land that doesn't have fences. There's a lot of Forest Service that doesn't. And there was no fence there because there is no fence there. You just have to try a little harder next time and either make a better shot or don't push the limits of the boundaries of the law. Because you failed. You went over the law. You went over the hill and down. You could be charged for criminal trespass or for hunting without landowner permission. Okay, but because you were close, we're gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. All right, you're free to go.
When private and public property merge, it's the hunter's responsibility to know exactly which side of the line he is on. A mutual respect for hunter and landowner alike can help ensure a better future for hunting and for Montana's hunting tradition. Whitefish, Montana is known for its tranquil beauty and diverse wildlife. Resting in the shadow of Glacier National Park, Whitefish residents enjoy their quiet town. But in 2012, a wildlife crime spree shook this small Montana community.
So what we've got here is for that Whitefish case, we've got a bunch of tickets. We've got, this is for one individual here. There are over 30 tickets, but some of them have multiple counts. So as far as the total amounts of bond or fines or any of that stuff, I'd have to do the math, and I haven't yet. This is for the two major players. This is for one guy, and this is for the other. It's a pretty thick pile. And then we'll give them 2 weeks to appear in court, enter a plea, and then we'll have fun after that. So anyway, that's... I won't lie to you, it does feel a little good to have a little resolve to this, but it's not over yet. Is this exactly, is it the same area, same field? We got our hands full. We got another deer down.
Over the past few weeks, Region 1 wardens have investigated the killing of close to 20 deer, each wasted and left to rot along the road from where they were apparently shot under the cover of darkness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am just kind of putting the hair down and back just to see if there's any holes. You know, little holes. The suspects that we've had are using small calibers. There's a broken leg there, or if it's coming from a wound. You got a broken leg, you don't want to dismiss it as roadkill, because when you look at it a little closer, Actually, it's got a little hole right there. And there is a bullet fragment. So that's not going to give us enough to match it to a rifle or anything. It sucks to see these big bucks, trophies for a lot of people, and they shoot them and leave them.
This 2012 thrill kill had both the Wardens and the whitefish community troubled. With each reported poaching, tempers flared over the wanton disregard for the law and destruction of wildlife. However, with each instance, Region 1 wardens found evidence that helped build a case and move one step closer to solving these heinous crimes.
They're like vultures. I think I should go out there. Hey Wes, I got another one up here on Farm to Market, another big buck. It looks like it's been here a little longer. Whitetail buck. Looks like 4x4. We've got 2 slugs out of that. Both are in really good shape. So we'll definitely get some info from that. They seem to be similar enough to the ones we got out of the other deer to make believe it's the same shooter, same event. Getting evidence, we're your catcher guy. We got tons of charges on him. We just need to figure out who it is, and we'll match it to him and stick it to him.
In 2012, Region 1 wardens were totally immersed in a complex case of poaching near Whitefish, Montana. Over a period of several weeks, nearly 20 deer were slaughtered and left to rot, angering local citizens and frustrating law enforcement. Warden Chris Crane worked overtime to collect evidence in hopes of stopping this malicious killing spree.
So, hey, let me know if you see any dead deer on the sides of the road. Whether it looks like roadkill or not, let us know, please.
Copy that, 5803.
It's a grizzly bear management guy.
Despite having area law enforcement and local citizens on high alert, the devastation continued with no end in sight.
Another big-bodied buck. First of all, it's a similar type bullet as what I've gotten out of the other deer. Just by casual appearance, the rifling looks similar and the same, has like a gold coating on it, 22. So if we ever get a gun, with the crime lab, we can match this up to a gun. So usually if we got a gun, we got a person, we got a suspect. So if we ever get to that point, now I've got evidence to tie a person and that gun to this deer.
The investigation continued, but after nearly 3 months and not a single lead, the likelihood of finding the poachers was diminishing. That's when Chris decided to employ a tactic that would eventually pay off.
So I sent a letter to the Whitefish City Chamber of Commerce and asking for basically trying to get some reward money going. So that currently is now is $4,450. Some tip mop money, some is donations from private citizens and business owners. So what that has done, as soon as that first press release went out, is we got a tip. We got a tip on some guys, so we called them up and brought them in to do some interviews, which they did. And they're starting to tell us about some deer that they shot, that they were kind of bored or kind of looking for something to do and decided to shoot some deer. And we did a search on the suspect's vehicle. We've recovered some evidence that should match the gun to some of the evidence that we have. But I think based on what we know and the evidence that we've taken, I think that there's some other guys out there or other people out there that are guilty of this too.
After the initial tip, wardens spent nearly a year piecing together a complex investigation that would stand up to rigorous court scrutiny. This meant hundreds of hours analyzing evidence and tying it back to each suspected poacher. The dedication of the wardens paid off when Chris went to serve the first suspect his citations.
So the guy we're going to be meeting first is not the biggest player, but he's out with these guys a couple of nights. He actually put a tag on one of the deer that were killed illegally, a big one, to try to cover up the other guys' we'll just call it poor decisions at this point. So he's not the major player, but he is an important key to this. So I'll give him a call. Hey, Paul, it's Chris.
You?
I am. There's a couple minivans out here, so I'm close to all of them, so you'll see me. I'm in the really dirty truck.
Yep, all right.
Okay, bye.
Be there in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, good. How's it going?
Pretty good.
It's been a while. Yeah. So we got some citations based on your involvement in this deal. Okay.
All right.
So there's a couple different charges here. You know, I can't discuss the case at all, but basically there's unlawful possession. This has to do with your license, alter, transfer, loan license, and accountability for waste of game. The court will not let me tell you how much it's worth.
Dang.
I can tell you that some of these, if you're found guilty, that you can lose hunting and fishing privileges is mandatory.
Yeah.
And some are optional, depending on the judge. And there's possibly restitution as well, which is basically paying the state back for the animals that were killed.
God, that's a lot of fines.
It is.
All right, I'll get back to work.
Okay, questions or anything, Paul, about how all this works?
Other than, can you give me the money for it?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Yeah, right. All right.
All right.
Okay, see you later, man.
Have a good one.
So he's walking a little heavier now. I think he's realizing what kind of financial situation that's going to put him in if he's found guilty on this stuff. So
Serving the warrants doesn't get easier on wardens.
You know what bothered me about that?
In the fall of 2012, poachers just outside the town of Whitefish were shooting trophy bucks and leaving them to rot. This small northwest Montana community bound together and helped wardens locate the suspects. A year after the multitude of crimes, Warden Chris Crane is serving the violations. Facing 48 counts, the second suspect declined camera presence at his residence. The large number of violations stem from over 20 deer being shot. With each poaching incident, the wardens were able to cite numerous violations, including shooting from a roadway, waste of game, using artificial light, and unlawful possession of big game, along with hunting over the limit and during closed season. The results of an extensive investigation and dedicated work by the wardens of Region 1. The suspect was cooperative, but apparently didn't grasp the severity of the crime and how it would adversely affect his future.
You know what I think when folks imagine what the guy that would look like that would be guilty of all this stuff and all the stuff that we have evidence of, all the dead critters, and would not picture this guy's face and family. He said he wants to be a game warden. He's going to school. He's taking criminal justice and some wildlife classes, and asked me what his chances are with that. Not good, bud. Not good.
The third suspect in this case is facing 43 charges. The killing spree eliminated over 20 mature bucks and left the community stunned. Hundreds of man-hours were consumed investigating this case, a price wardens are willing to pay to protect the incredible wild resources of this state.
How's it going?
Going.
Good. Where you're? Huh? Yep.
Yeah.
So I got a bunch of paperwork for you. I'm still kind of finishing it. You got your driver's license on you?
Oh yeah.
Actually, I probably won't need it, but I'll just check it anyway.
Yep. Definitely.
How you been?
Oh, working.
Good. Good.
Yeah. There that is.
All right.
Each of these suspects will have their day in court. The wardens work diligently to build a solid case, backing up the charges that Crane is serving nearly a year after the trophy animals were stolen from the landscape.
All right. This is massive. Anything on your mind right now?
Yep.
What's on your mind right now?
I'll be in this position ever again.
Very good. We like to hear that. But do you realize the impact of what you're alleged to have done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I got quite a few of them. Let's say in my experience in the wardenness for 10 years, the only other time I've dealt this many tickets out to one person was a few minutes ago to the guys that you were with. So.
As tickets are explained and as reality sets in, the suspect remains quiet. Facing numerous charges and possible jail time, he begins to question his future.
If you're found guilty, it's gonna put you in hurt for a while, but it's nothing that you can eventually recover from. But to sound the cheesy line, the deer that are dead are never gonna recover. Okay, all right. And they were, I thought I saw one in here. And I hope you guys realize that, no matter what happens with all this stuff. Dude, good work, man, and
Will do.
hopefully you get that cleared up. So,
yep.
That's it. That's all I got for you.
All right. Well, have a nice night.
Yeah, you too. See ya.
See ya.
The guy's kind of hard to read. I don't know if he's really going to notice the impacts of what he's done. I don't know if it was really sinking in, But he'll find out pretty soon. You know what bothered me about that? This dude shows up with this brand new truck. I don't know what year that's a nice truck. He's not going to be able to afford that much longer, I don't think.
A dramatic ending to the year-long investigation, right here on Wardens.
The bonds for all that, if you were found guilty and all that, right now it's over 10 grand. Those are the charges that we feel confident. We're not being charged with everything, but those are the ones that we know that we can prove.
The senseless killing of deer in Whitefish, Montana had the community in shock. Region 1 wardens worked overtime to acquire forensic evidence, and with local support through Tipmont, the poaching hotline, were able to find the culprits. This year-long case is coming to an end with just one more offender to serve.
The apartment straight across. I am on the other side of those apartments.
Okay, so... Let's go. Okay, all right. So, Tyler, what I've got is a bunch of tickets here. I don't know if you can see these or not in the light. But these are your copies. You can keep these. Taking over limit of big game. Okay, so that's killing more than 1 buck in a year. Unlawful hunting a big game from a public highway. We only charge you once. Obviously, every deer is a violation for that. We only charge you for one of those. The fines for all that, or the bond for all that, if you were found guilty in all that, right now it's over 10 grand. Loss of hunting and fishing privileges for a number of years, and the judge sets that. In addition to this, so you can lose hunting and fishing privileges. Also, there's restitution. Restitution is when you have to pay the state back for the animals that were taken illegally. It's like $300 a deer or something like that.
because the state can own a deer?
Well, actually, you're not paying the state. You pay the 100 people back for it, but yeah. Any questions about the process or anything like that? I hope that you guys realize what happened. And okay, well, we know that you guys fessed up on some stuff. We know that you weren't honest with everything. So, but that's okay. Well, anyway, those are the charges that we feel confident. We're not being charged with everything, but those are the ones that we know that we can prove for you. So, all right, thanks, Tyler. Tickets are served. Let's see, so we just served, handed out on that case, that many tickets. That is a lot of tickets. That's a lot of violations. Some of these are multiple counts. And you feel a little like, yeah, it's gonna screw up their life for a while. They're gonna have to, if they're found guilty on, even half of these, but they're the ones that pulled the trigger. They're the one that made the decisions. They're the ones that behaved the way they did, and they gotta pay up now. So
each suspect had their day in court. Shooter number 1 pleaded guilty to 5 of the 9 misdemeanors he was charged with. He was ordered to pay over $2,000 in fines and lost his hunting and fishing privileges for 2 years. The second suspect faced 48 criminal charges. His privileges to hunt and fish were taken away for 5 years, and he was ordered to pay nearly $7,000 in fines and restitution. The third shooter pleaded guilty to 7 of the 43 initial charges. He was ordered to pay nearly $4,500 in fines and restitution, and lost his hunting and fishing privileges for 40 years. The final suspect was found guilty of 4 of his initial 24 violations. He lost his hunting and fishing privileges for 4 years and was ordered to pay nearly $2,000 in fines. If you have information regarding fish or wildlife crimes in Montana, please call 1-800-TIP-MONT. Together, we can help protect Montana and the wildlife that call this majestic land home.